guys what my favorite finds of the year were. I've been seeing a lot of posts recently on YouTube from different channels doing kind of like compilation videos of their favorite finds, so I thought I'd do one for my own. I did one last year and I thought it makes sense that I do another one this year. So without further ado, let's get started with it. I just pulled out this lovely chunk of really, really dark blue Amazonite. This is the really good stuff. This is a very nice prophytic Amazonite specimen. One of the better colored ones from that trip. It was an early trip in the year. And I got to meet a lot of cool new people, fellow rockhounds, so I enjoyed that trip a lot. And I got to get some very cool material. And I just pulled these out of the wall. Nice double terminated apatite. Good terminations on both ends. By the looks of it, no damage to minimal damage. And then this large guy, he's got a bit of damage there and there, but this is a very nice large apatite. These are my favorite Smart Mine finds. Some of the finds are going to be kind of lumped together, and some will be just individual because I want to talk about them more or less. I like this one. This is a nice large titanite, even though it's damaged. You can see the damage. It's pretty rough around the edges. It's the largest titanite crystal I have found, so I still appreciate it a lot. It's a very nice sized one. And then, I mean, who doesn't love a large floater crystal of feldspar? And this one's lovely because it's got a bunch of interesting mineral staining and different coloration, so it just looks very interesting. And you know, you could never go wrong with some nice apatites. Some interesting color ones. This one's a yellow one that has a bit of well, yellow, it's because it's a green one with a bit of iron staining, so it looks yellow. And it's got some interesting lumpy terminations. And then these are just some more of the classic red-green apatites you can find at the Smart Mine. And I just like the shapes. And this was one of the larger ones that I dug out of there, so cool finds altogether. So I went back to the same kind of tailings pile area I went to where I found my first piece of beryl, and check this guy out. It's got much more lovely color, bit of interesting crystal structure to it, and if you look at the middle, I hope that picks up. That middle part is more like of a translucent, transparent light blue. The beryl pit was a lovely location. I had a lot of fun that day and found a lot of cool, interesting little specimens like this goethite pseudomorph after a pyrite crystal that grew in between a bunch of tourmaline crystals, so got these striations, crystal impressions on the actual pyrite, and then it got replaced by the goethite. Then we've got like this nice lovely whole euxenite crystal. Euxenite is one of the cool radioactive minerals that you can find at the beryl pit. And of course, can't go to the beryl pit without finding beryl, but this one's special because it's got actual aquamarine in the middle, which is like quote unquote gem quality blue beryl. And then I've got this tourmaline specimen. This one is my favorite because of the break in the heel. It's a thing that can be seen in tourmaline in general, and not just the shoral tourmaline, which is what this is, where the crystal will break, but it will continue to grow and it'll heal. But then you get like this kind of bent, bowed crystal shape, which is kind of unique. And then last but not least, a lovely specimen of allanite, and then this one's special because it's got some zircons right there where my thumb is. That little brownish crystal, long crystal, is a zircon, so it's a nice little combination and fun thing is that the zircons from the barrel pit, they actually glow like a bright orange under UV light, which is how you can tell if your specimen has zircons. I went to go and pick up a rock to prop under here, and I picked up this guy, and if you look right there, that's galena. All by accident. Here is the big guy that's been sitting in the back. It's the galena specimen I found early on this year. It's the first galena specimen I've ever found. It's a great example of kind of a cubed galena crystal. So I was very happy to find it and very excited. And I still technically have to trim it, but I've been quite busy. But now thankfully that I'm done school finally, I will have a much more stable schedule, and I will probably be able to deal with this, trim this guy up very soon. I have this plate here. What happened was I saw some larger clusters of kind of beaten up sphelerite, and I saw that this was loose. So I thought, you know what, I'll just pry it over and see if I can see anything. And sure enough, it exposed these two pockets with some nice sphelerites in them. So I'm going to try and free them. Here's that lovely sphelerite I found. That plate I busted off ended up with two pockets, and this was the better one of the two pockets. And you can actually see there's some interesting inclusions in the actual sphelerite crystals on the top layer of the crystal face that give it a iridescent sheen. I suspect that actually might be like a bitumen that's just trapped in the crystal, because the dolomitic limestone and the dolomite rock that it came out of has a lot of bitumen trapped in the actual rock. So I wouldn't be surprised that that sheen is because of the bitumen. And it's actually so shiny that it's kind of hard to pick up with the camera without the camera like losing focus on it. But it's a lovely example of Southern Ontario sphelerite. I found a vug, as you can see, with a bit of fluorite in it, but it's so stuck in there and intergrown with the matrix that once I start trying to extract it, it's going to bust. But then I looked farther down in this thing and I pulled out this lovely purple fluorite. Here are some lovely fluorite specimens that came out of that pocket. These were the best fluorite specimens from that pocket. This lovely little matrix piece has got the fluorite kind of perched on with some sphelerite, which is very cool. And it's just a lovely light purple. And it's kind of a couple cubes kind of clustered together and intergrown together. So that's very lovely. And then this guy, the matrix was so soft when I was cleaning it that he lost a lot of the matrix. He's just got a little bit on the back where he was attached. But still, like, just lovely color. Lovely light purple. Which is light purple and kind of like the light, kind of whitish toffee brown is kind of like the common colors that you'll find for on Southern Ontario fluorite. But lovely cubes nonetheless. I was very happy to find these. Nice carmine red garnets. Here's one example. This one has kind of, it didn't form fully, so it has like the stepped look. Whereas this guy has a lot sharper faces and formed better. This looks like a very big one. It could be some of the stuff, like when you see this rusty material, it might not be whole. So maybe if you carefully clean it off, clean the mica off, the stuff underneath might be whole. So actually, let's see if we can pull some of that mica off. These garnets were found over 2 trips, and I had a lot of fun at this place. I went there before it was rumored to be closed down, and now thankfully I've heard that the local mineral collecting club will be allowed access to it, and they'll be arranging trips with other club members, so there's just more control. There's more control over the area, and less people get in because there was a worry that people weren't respecting it, and so due to the fact that the mineral club now is the one who controls who's allowed in and out, the owners are still allowing people to collect. It's just only the people who are allowed to collect are it's controlled by the mineral club, and that way it can be people can still collect these lovely giant almandine garnets that have these awesome skeletal structures. Though sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll find a pocket where the garnets are a lot more sharper, and this was the largest, sharpest crystal that I found at that spot. And just lovely dark red, you can just see that, and how gemmy the crystal is, like just how the light reflects. And then this one is just very nice because of the shape. I love the shape and just the skeletal structure of it. These were just all very lovely. I had a lot of fun on collecting these garnets. Before we get to the last specimens that I'll be showing you guys, my favorite specimens of the year, I thought I'd do some honorable mentions. Now, these guys weren't collected by me, but they were collected by friends or people I know on trips, and they gave me these. So this one is a lovely fluorite specimen. This was collected on the same trip I collected my fluorites, and this was given to me by actually a fellow YouTuber, a fellow rockhounding YouTuber. I'll make sure to link his channel in the description. This was his channel is Off the Beaten Path Crystals, I believe, and he's a lovely guy, and he gifted me this awesome fluorite specimen. And then the other specimen, this is a lovely point, Dravite point, which is a more uncommon form of tourmaline to find in Ontario. You can kind of see the dark coffee brown colors in this guy. It's kind of how you can tell it's Dravite. And this was gifted to me by a friend who, she actually also has a YouTube channel as well, so I'll link it down below. This was gifted to me by Digga Rockhound. Thank you, Lisa, for this one. It is a lovely little Dravite specimen, and I hope to be able to hang out with her in the future and go collect some of these on my own as well. So I've been looking through like the tailings piles that I've been that I left behind when I came here the last time, and it's always important. There's always going to be stuff that's left behind. You can see this really nice little, it's a small specimen, but it's a nice plate of smoky quartz with really nice botryoidal hematite spheres. You can see all the other little bits and chunks that I found. The final and most favorite specimens are, of course, the smoky quartz and hematite specimens that I collected. Here's the one with the largest smoky quartz points. You can see those lovely points, and even a couple little balls and also just indentations where the balls of hematite were. And this one is just a nice kind of pocket of smoky quartz that has a thin layer of iron staining underneath, so it's turned them into kind of like a dark chocolate colored crystal. Very lovely, and you can see some of the hematite spheres on the right side of the specimen. And then these two guys are just my favorite plates of smoky quartz with the large covering of hematite spheres. You can see the colors. This one's a lighter smoky quartz, whereas this one's darker, and then this one has a lot more kind of very shiny
hematite, whereas the hematite on this one is more dull, but the balls are larger, the spheres are larger. Just, yeah, all together, these are some very wonderful specimens, and they definitely will be going in my display case once I reorganize this that sooner than later. Altogether, I have to say this was probably my most successful year when it comes to my rockhounding escapades. I got to go on a lot of awesome trips, meet a lot of awesome, cool people, create friendships, and find a lot of amazing, wonderful minerals that nature has provided us. And I am just so thankful that I'm able to do that and share that with you guys. So I really want to say I appreciate you guys a lot for supporting this channel and watching all my videos and coming along the ride with me while I go and explore the wonderful geology of Ontario and hopefully further beyond that too, and just get to find awesome, cool minerals. Thank you guys for another wonderful year, and please also in the comments below leave what was your favorite of what I've shown, or if your favorite wasn't included, let me know, because I know you guys like different things, and I enjoy hearing from you guys and talking with you guys. And also, for those interested, there will be links in the description below to all the videos where I found these guys, so you'll get those connections to those videos. So thank you guys for watching. Have a happy holidays, and I will see you guys later.